YouTube, what is up? So hopping back into the massive Toybiz Marvel Legends opening, we're going to be taking a look at a couple, three to be exact, figures from the Apocalypse series. And at the moment, unfortunately, these are the only Apocalypse series figures I have. I try to go in order of the stuff I need to open. So at the moment, I'm trying to create some room for my shelves and unbox these things and put them in their uh, respected places, however I see fit, I guess. There's really no rhyme or reason on how you guys want to display your items. But we didn't have anything from the Galactus or the Sentinel Build-A-Figure wave. We have those Build-A-Figures done already. If you guys saw the room tour video, you guys would have caught a glimpse of that. So we have in front of us, we have two versions of X-23, the purple and the black variant. And that's not talking about the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure himself, because we do know that there is a black and a blue variant of the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure. I'm talking straightforward, the figures themselves, X-23, two different versions. Going back to that Apocalypse Build-A-Figure. So, like I was saying, black and blue. Black is super hard to find. And if you guys have black pieces to Apocalypse, hold on to them and try to complete that thing, because it's very sought after. So with that being said, we're gonna crack these two open. And if you've seen the first video, we had a sun damaged packaging on an Iceman, and the package was brittle, and Iceman unfortunately was brittle as well. His arm broke off like as soon as I tried to move him. So we'll see if we have any issues, any more issues with sun damage packaging on these clamshells. And maybe this would just serve as a video of maybe we shouldn't be purchasing anything that's sun damaged, just because everything is brittle from the clamshell to the figures. And I didn't really talk about the Iceman having sun damage on the figure. I kind of really didn't notice it, but then looking at it again, I did see little hints of sun damage, but I'm not too sure. I have nothing else to compare it to. So that being said, let's pause this, crack these open, and go from there. Alrighty, so we have both the black and purple X-23 out of package. The sun damage box was with the black version, and it does seem to have some discoloration. Let's see if we can get this to focus on the arms. Mainly the hands, but I don't know if that's just the way it was made, where the purple did not have any sudden damage, and it was pretty much the same. Now, one thing to note is the only real difference is, the belt and the face sculpts. Let's see if we can get that on camera. And there we go. But other than that, not too much. I mean, cool figures. Probably nothing to go crazy over. I couldn't tell you which is worth more, if that even matters. And the Apocalypse torso that came with these are exactly the same. So just because it's a variation figure doesn't mean you're going to get the Apocalypse variant pieces, right? So this, if it was a variant, would have been black. So one thing to note with the upper torso, everything else is pretty obvious. And I mean, that should pretty much stand out as well. This came with the, doesn't really matter, but this came with the black one, and it does seem a little darker here on the chest, but not really, to be honest. So it didn't really take any damage just because the packaging was sudden damaged. Now, on the back of the box, it shows here, you can see that. That is the black version, right? And it shows, wow, the Black Apocalypse. But we're talking about the Black X23. That is the original version, and the variant is going to be the purple. All right, so moving along, we have Sasquatch. Now there is a variant of Sasquatch. If my memory serves me correctly, this isn't Sasquatch at all. In fact, this is one of the members of Alpha Flight. However, I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. So I want to say that this is, wow, what's the girl from Alpha Flight? It's going to come to me shortly. But anyway, let's go ahead and pause it and crack it open. Sorry, a little blurry. Yeah, that just happened. Anyway, there we have Sasquatch out of package. And as I was starting to say, I don't really believe that this is Sasquatch. I want to say this is one of the members of Alpha Flight and Snowbird. Okay, not Songbird. Snowbird. So they gave us a variant version of Sasquatch here. Let me just turn this off from rotating. Just kind of wanted you guys to get like a full view of some of these figures, but that thing seems like it's a little top heavy, and as it rotates, if it tilts, it's gonna fall over. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, and this figure came with Apocalypse's right hand, and as you know, this is not the variant of Apocalypse. This is the regular blue version, which is the easier of the two to build. So with that being said, I'm gonna hold off on putting that on, the Apocalypse. And I just wanted to show you guys something really quick. So as you can see here on the back of the packaging, it has Sasquatch's stats, and you can see we have variants there of Wolverine unmasked, bald-headed Bishop, and a red Iron Fist. But there's no image of the variants for Bishop, Sasquatch, and there was no variant of Maestro. However, man, I'm not gonna swear to it, but I do recall one version having a crown on his head and one not. And you know what? I could definitely be wrong. Maybe it was just a package variation, and there's absolutely nothing different about the figures. So, yeah. So in this comic book, it's an Alpha Flight comic book. So I wanted to see if they show the white Sasquatch, which is Snowbird. So it might take us a second. Wow, we got Squirrels and Fantastic Four, Sasquatch. Okay. Looks like Super Skrull. Am I right or wrong? Not sure. But this is supposedly an Alpha Flight comic. Okay, there's Alpha Flight. And no sign of Snowbird at all. Yep. Okay. I promise you I'm right. Anyway, moving on. I'm going to be placing this Snowbird, Sasquatch version of Snowbird, on the Alpha Flight shelf. So she's gonna go right in there. And yes, it is a she. But yeah, man, really good figure. No issues, no QC issues, nothing. Everything seems to be working fine for a however old figure this is. We're gonna be going back to 2005, so 15-year-old figure, fresh out of package. No issues. And yeah, so let's move along. I think we're gonna back up and backtrack a little bit here. So if this is 2005, and I may have get this wrong. And a lot of you are probably going to skip forward when I show you what we're going to look at next, because they're not interesting at all. So these are part of the Rider series. This is also a 2005 wave. Some of the better figures in this wave would have been Vengeance, maybe Wolverine, definitely the Hulkbuster, and Taskmaster. Other than that, the rest of them are just whatever. The Logan might be okay. There's a variant of the Logan, and I believe a variant of Wonder Man, which he looks maybe pinkish purple, like he's using his powers or something. So let's pause this, let's focus, and go from there. All right, so yeah, really strange. So I don't know where Toybiz got these ideas from. Maybe I'm just drawing a blank and I don't recall. Scarlet Witch, the funniest thing ever was she only had like one zip tie, and like the thing had like several. I guess they didn't believe anybody would steal that figure, and they were right. So this thingamajig here, don't know what to call it. It's okay, I guess. I mean, the figure is, for its time, was pretty good. But when you compare that to, let's say, the new Scarlet Witch, like, yeah, there's, yeah, no comparison. I mean, look at how awesome this figure is compared to that. But that's what we got at back in 2005. So 15 years ago. The thing is okay. I don't know what the mantis grasshopper thing he's flying on, but it goes back to maybe that what was it, that Mr. Fantastic that was riding around in that little box thing? I have no clue. So yeah. Yeah, no issues with him though for being so old. They're not bad. Things actually okay. His facial expression is okay. Not great, but you know, they're whatever. I'm just gonna be honest, they're whatever. We're gonna move right along. All right, so now we're getting into something a little bit more interesting. We got the Modok Build-A-Figure series Better Ray Bill, and as you can see, this box is crushed. I got this on Macari for like a steal. I think I got him and Captain Marvel maybe for like $25, just because the boxes were beat up and I wanted to open them anyway. So I didn't really care for boxes. And if you're not familiar with Macari, download the app and go from there and tell me how you like it. But yeah, so pretty dope figure. I would have loved for the new Better Ray build that we got. I can't even tell you what wave that was in. Smart Hulk wave or one of the Hulk Build-A-Figure waves, possibly. I believe that's correct. But yeah, another figure going back to, let's see here. I gotta do something about this lighting. 2006. So we're actually doing good. We're falling in line with the releases of these figures, and not necessarily intentionally, but why not? So let's pause this. We're gonna crack him open, and we still got like 3 or 4 other figures to go. All right, so here's a Better Ray Bill out of package, and one thing I wanted to point out is this is not necessarily the first series. I want to say it goes back to Galactus when they start using the back front of the package. So this portion, not necessarily the back, but the back of the front of the package, right? We start getting images, and they come with little stands and stuff that you can just stand them on. And there's Modok's stand, if you will. There's a hole in this cape where you can actually port one of the flight stands that some of the original ones came with. However, this one didn't come with a flight stand. But yeah, going back to what I was talking about with the Build-A-Figure series, we start seeing, you know, these, like, I don't know, what do you want to call it? It'll probably come to me in a second. But we start seeing these, wow, instructions on how to build Build-A-Figure. They have a specific name for them, like blueprints, what have you. But yeah, that's kind of cool. So we're gonna be getting quite a few of those. Thor did come with a comic book, as opposed to the Apocalypse wave, which just gave us this thing here, which is still not bad. You know what I mean? It's still cool, or what have you. But yeah, and the Rider series was just blank, so there was really nothing on the inside. Of course, they didn't have Build-A-Figures for that line, so you know, they pretty much just did that. But yeah, this Bill here, man, is pretty awesome. In fact, he might be the best one in this line. Don't quote me on that, because I think the Moon Knight is pretty cool. But yeah, Stormbreaker looks okay. We got some articulation in the jaw. So I mean, if you guys want a true good looking comic book accurate Beta Ray build, you can't go wrong with this one. I still think this one kind of takes the cake. Yeah, because that newer version that we got, it just doesn't do it for me for some reason. There's just something that doesn't say, obviously it's Beta Ray build, but it doesn't say classic, nostalgic, comic book accurate Beta Ray build. So we're going to do a review on 4 more figures. Damn. A couple of which are the same. So we're going to knock them out 2 by 2 and go from there. Alright, so still going with the Modok wave. We got 2 Spider Women. And one is a variant. The black version is the variant. Red version is very common. However, I'm not sure if one is worth more than the other. I really don't care. The only unfortunate thing is we had to get 2 pieces of the same for the Build-A-Figure, which is Modok's head, which is okay. I'm pretty sure I can throw that up on Macari or something. Yeah. Yeah, so let's go ahead and crack these open. Alrighty, so here we have Jessica, Drew, and Julia Carpenter out of package. And I gotta say, they're okay figures. Again, for their time, they were awesome. But, you know, now as you can see, just do a little quick comparison with the newer Spider-Woman, black costume. And this is Julia Carpenter. That's Jessica Drew in red. We did get another Jessica Drew in the, wow, was it the, nope, not the Allfather wave, but it was one of the waves around that era. And wow, Thanos, it was a Thanos Build-A-Figure wave, and that was the classic blue, well, not necessarily a classic look. It was this Build-A-Figure here. If you could see him right there. Yeah. That is not the, what was it, Walmart exclusive. But yeah, I mean, these figures are cool. They're okay. I mean, if you need these Modok pieces, I would suggest, you know, buying these individually. And maybe going back and picking up maybe the newer versions. But it's not that these are not good. It's just there's no sense in going backwards. But again, for their time, man, these things were pretty cool. Not bad, but as you can see, like, the hands are over exaggerated. The way the body parts are on these female modes, especially, like, they just look very, very, like, how you say, out of proportion. And of course, we know these joints here, they're not on these figures, they're not great at all. So we're gonna move along. Not much else to talk about when it comes to these figures. we'll get into the Wasp and the Captain Marvel from the Modok series as well. Alright, so here we have both Wasp figures in package. And again, there is a one of these is a variant, the red one, but there is a very hard to find blue version. If you can get your hands on that one, I do not suggest you open it. Keep it in package. Very hard to find. Yeah, the most common is going to be the black suit, black, red, and then the blue. Sorry about that. And here's a quick look at Captain Marvel. I know this video is running a little long, so I'm going to knock these three out altogether. There is a variant of the Captain Marvel, if you can see it there. Let's see if we can get that to focus. Yeah, it's got a little yeah, but this package is damaged. Yeah, I probably got this for a few dollars. I don't remember paying over $15 for this, as well as for those two as well. And this is part of that lot I was talking about. And yeah, so let's go ahead and crack these open, right? And go from there. Alright, so here we have Wasp and Captain Marvel out of package. And this is going to be the... Wow, didn't realize I put that in the way. And this is the regular version that you would be getting in this wave. We did get a new version of this one. That one came in the Ultron Build-A-Figure wave. We did get a blue version of Wasp and a new Captain Marvel. I actually really like this Captain Marvel. I'll bring him in a little closer. But this Captain Marvel is actually really nice. And surprising to me, man. I think the body actually works better for Captain Marvel than the new one we got. And the new one, it's not bad. I just don't like the fact that it doesn't have butterfly joints. That's huge with me with some of these figures. Like, I think that would take the figures a long way, and I think they'll be more appealing. And the Wasp, we got a new version of that Wasp as well. However, we got it in the blue uniform. And yeah, that blue one that we got in the what would it have been? The Avengers Vintage Wave. So that one was like an homage to the one that was very rare, and yeah, that's kind of how they did that one. So this is gonna pretty much do it for this video. So again, Wasp, that one actually looks a lot better than the black version. Not as good as the new one, but then, you know, I'm gonna show you the new Captain Marvel that we got earlier this year. And I gotta say, man, like, this old one is actually pretty dope. Not that there's a lot wrong with this one, but that new one is pretty dope. And then we have, I know I'm not gonna find the retro wave. Yeah, let me see if I can come in a little closer. And she's got to be up here somewhere. There's no way she's not up here. And she is not up here. So where could she be? Oh where can my little wasp be? Oh where can she be? Oh, there she is. Blue suit. Wow. So yeah, so that one is the new one that we got, which is dope, which pays homage to the old version from the Modok wave that was kind of produced because it was so very scarce, and it's worth a lot of money. So I'm pretty sure that's why they went with this look over the red, and we pretty much had got the black look. Well, we did get the black suited version in the Ultron wave. So that's going to do it for part 2. So part 3, we're going to be taking a look at the Giant Man wave, which is in all these packages here. I am missing one figure, and that is going to be the long-haired Weapon X, but that's neither here nor there. So at the end of that video, we're going to set all these figures that we opened up and put them in their respected places, or wherever I feel like they should be. I'm trying to keep it to where it's like going to look something like you're going to get series 1 and 2 and 3, and then you get some of the booted figures in here, but I think I'm going to run out of room. So yeah, with that being said, please like, subscribe, and as always, take care.